here in the arrivals area at the Munich airport, and I'm waiting for the arrival of a longtime friend of the program, frequent guest contributor to arrive, and that person is my mother. So.
I'm fine with cooking.
I thought you had a check bag. They wouldn't let you carry that on? Hi. All right, so here we are. Welcome, everybody. My mom is here in Europe. You guys haven't seen her yet, but she's been here with me now for about 10 days, experiencing the NIO for about 10 days. And today what we're going to do is just get her kind of impressions about NIO.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready for this?
Yeah, hi everybody. I didn't know this was on my bucket list, but apparently it was, so here we go.
What is on your bucket list? NIO?
My adventure with Eric.
Oh. Yeah, it was
and the NIO adventure was on my bucket list actually, but I didn't know where I was going to do that.
So what she's saying, it was kind of a last minute trip here.
Yes.
So today you haven't really prepared for this. I want to
No.
just give you a chance to give honest impressions about the NIO, which is why I didn't want you to really prepare too much. So first of all, what are your impressions of the car? And first, let's talk about the interior.
All right. Well, the interior is really nice, beautiful. I love the nighttime lighting in here. I like the console. I like the bottom where it's opened up so you actually have room to put things.
Like your purse or something?
Yeah, or anything. Or you keep different items there. It's just easy. It's different than...
So do you miss the glove box?
well,
There's no glove box.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that. But I don't think you need the glove box so much if you have these two options here. Yeah.
Have you thought about how cool this is? You can open both sides?
Oh, you hadn't shown me that yet. So that is very cool.
So
I like that. So, because the glove box, you have to access through your screen. And
on Tesla? Yeah.
So this is, I like this better for sure.
So you like the interior?
Yeah, the interior is not,
how do you feel about the quality of the materials, how everything feels when you touch it?
Yeah, it seems really smooth and quality seems really good, actually.
Okay, and what about the styling on the exterior?
That's really cool. I like it. And everybody else is too, apparently, since everybody stops and asks Eric about this car.
Not everybody, but a lot of people have stopped
a lot
and
of
asked.
People.
But one guy in Slovenia, remember he said it was very generic?
Oh, he did? I didn't
You didn't hear that one?
No.
Yeah, so a lot of people have stopped and asked about the car. A lot of people do know NIO.
Maybe because it's just different and they're trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
So that's good. I think it's really pretty. It looks great, just by itself, sitting there in the, middle of nowhere, which is where we've been. It's pretty gorgeous.
We've gone to cities and stuff.
And then the lighting I love the lighting on the back. I like it when it sees that you're coming.
Oh, the tail light?
I like how it does that wraparound lighting is really cool. So there's just little extra things that just make it really nice to look at.
Yeah, it has a lot of nice little touches.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't done very much driving of the car.
No.
And I want to just say to everybody, it's not because I don't let her drive the car or I'm like a controlling person or anything. Like I would encourage her to drive the car. But she's not comfortable necessarily driving in Europe.
No, I'm not going to drive here.
So, but you did drive a little bit.
I did.
But mostly you've been as a passenger.
Yes.
You can comment on passenger, how the ride is. You can also comment when you did drive it, what you thought about it. But whatever you think, what do you think about the ride?
The ride is gliding. It's smooth. It's really comfortable, I have to say. Very comfortable as a passenger. And as a driver, I did drive a little bit in Slovenia. In the middle of nowhere, and it was easy to drive. I have to say, very comfortable.
And we've pretty much kept it in comfort mode the whole time. Have you noticed any difference when I do put it in sport mode? How the ride is as a passenger?
I'm just hanging on because I don't know what you're gonna do.
But do you notice? Is it still a smooth ride, or is it bumpy?
Yeah, no, it's still smooth.
Okay.
It's still smooth.
Okay.
Definitely smooth.
And then also as a passenger, you have the heated seats, you have the massage function. And we haven't tried ventilation because it's too cold. But you have all these functions here in these seats, which are really nice. How do you feel about those things?
I feel like the seat heater, did I say it right? Yeah. Isn't as powerful or as warm as I would expect. But the rest of the comfort, the little massaging thing is cool, and you can adjust, of course, your seat however you want, and it's very comfortable. You got a lot of leg room.
And you have like lumbar support, and you also have this thing right here under your. I don't know if you've adjusted that at all. But what you said about the seat heater is actually interesting, because I've noticed that too in this car compared to my EC6.
Oh.
The heating is not very good in the steering wheel and in the seat heating. So I don't know if they have a different supplier or they've turned down the power for some reason, or what the issue is. Hopefully they can update that and fix that. I'm not sure if that's possible, like over the air with an update. But it is not as warm. So we keep our seat heating when it's cold out here on full blast level 3.
And it's not that hot.
It's not that hot.
It doesn't get that hot.
Right. And when I had my EC6, like if it was really cold, I would start at level 3 and then move it down to like level 2 or 1, and it would still be warm. But here you have to keep it at level 3 just to feel a little bit.
That's what I would have expected, is if you turn on that after a little while it gets really warm and you want to turn it down, unless you don't have your heat going.
So I do agree with that. That's a little disappointing in this car. And then the next thing I want to ask you is, you've tried to interact with Nomi. She speaks English like me, like not very well. So when you do like try to ask to put your seat heater on, you often mistake those words. What do you say? My heat seater?
Yeah, I say my heat seater.
Okay.
She doesn't know what I'm talking about.
But aside from that, have you done much interacting with Nomi?
Not too much, just because I haven't needed to. But I do. I've watched you interact with her, and I think she's really fascinating. I think she's a great concept.
So I guess now we can. I don't want to make this too much about Tesla, but since you're a Tesla owner. What I want to ask you is a couple things. Like, one, the voice control compared to Tesla, and having Nomi. Like, you use your voice control a little bit in your Tesla.
I do.
One thing that I kind of talked about before on this channel, and has bugged me, is like in Tesla, to do it, you do have to press a button, which to me kind of defeats the purpose of a voice control option. I don't know, but how do you feel if you had more time to get to know this car? Do you think you would utilize the voice control more than you would in your Tesla?
I do. Yes. And
because it's easier to just talk to it, and there's a person, like it's like got a face, or for other reasons?
I think that because you don't have to push buttons and wait for the little display to come up, and you can just talk to her, and as they say, it's Nomi. But you got to get.
Who says that?
Which I didn't know what she meant, what Nomi meant.
Can you explain this? What you're talking about is when you watched the Berlin event.
I watched the Berlin event, and the A team, or I don't know what they're called, the
AI team?
Well,
the guy that talked about Nomi.
Yeah.
He said that Nomi actually means to know me.
Right, to know
gets
me.
to know you. And
I knew that Nomi was, Eric called Nomi when, since he had his NIO in China, but I didn't know it actually meant like, get to know me. So this Nomi in here doesn't know me yet, but if we had a chance, I think we'd have a good relationship.
Okay, so other things about this car that I want to ask you about compared with Tesla. I know for me, one of the issues with Tesla, at least your Model Y, is there's not great visibility, especially with the mirrors. I know you're not driving.
No.
But have you noticed, like, it's also this is a sedan. It's not a kind of a coupe like crossover SUV, so the visibility is going to be different. But have you noticed, like, there's more kind of safety features in there's a light if the car is next to you, right? Like a blind spot indicator warning light. We don't have the pop up here with the camera.
Yeah.
But which do you think you would prefer?
Well, I don't know, because I haven't really, since I haven't not driven this car really. I do like the pop-up video now that we have in the Tesla, for sure. I like that a lot. So I can't really compare.
Right, your mileage may vary, I guess. Now, is there anything about this car or NIO that you would like to export to your Tesla?
The navigation system, which I guess if I had a different, like a car like Monica's, maybe it would be more.
What do you mean? Like the heads-up display? Or?
Yeah, having both the display here and the display over there.
So you want the instrument cluster in your car, in your Model Y, and what about I know you haven't used it, but the heads-up display?
That's pretty cool. But in Monica, it turns a little bit. Yeah. I just think for me as a passenger, actually, I really like the navigation display. I think it's superior. The display itself is superior. And I think you also have a lot more options to do things, but with the whole.
I think one thing I've noticed with my mom here is if something's happening on the center screen, I can still navigate to where I want to go, like, because I have the heads-up display and I have the instrument cluster that also gives me navigation information. And my mom is like freaking out. She's like, "You can't see the map, or you can't see the navigation." I'm like, "Mom, I have two other options for where I can go and how to know where to go."
Right. So since I haven't actually used that, and I'm programmed just having the one option.
Yeah, you're used to looking right in the
middle,
middle, right?
Eric's doing all this stuff, changing things. I'm like, "You can't see where you're going," and he's like, "I can see over here."
So I would certainly argue that it's easier to know, where to go to use the navigation because of the other, features and options that this car has. Now, is there anything from the Tesla that you think should be in this car? Have you noticed anything like that?
Haven't really thought about that, actually.
So there's nothing that you miss from your car?
Well, I'm not driving, but
what about, like, doesn't have to be part of the physical car? What about the supercharger network or?
Oh yeah, well, now that we're talking about that, just having the Tesla supercharger network is definitely the Tesla supercharger a good thing. I mean, we're finding some options here, but we have had a few little experiences where the charging availability was not really great and not what it advertised to be and not reliable.
And not very fast.
And not fast. But for me, it's like the reliability of the Tesla superchargers and that you get, I think, notifications if you actually, click on it that it's not there.
And it helps you with the routing too and where you're going. Like, I think that's one feature that I definitely miss here. And you do have it in China in the NIO with like the NIO battery swap network. If you're going on a long journey, like I've done in China, it does tell you like you should stop here and swap your battery. You should stop here and charge your car. It gives you waypoints and things like that, which I've noticed here in Europe is not really doing that for us. I mean, you definitely can add waypoints and stuff, but it's not like it's automated and easy to do like in Tesla or like in NIO in China, which is, I'm sure they'll get there. I would hope they'll get there, but for now it's a little bit disappointing or frustrating.
Right.
You have to kind of use a lot of different networks to figure out where you want to go to charge. And
right. I'm glad Eric is so sophisticated with his ability to switch between his phone mapping and the navigation. But that's the other thing is having the programmed into your navigation is with Tesla is the preconditioning of the battery, so you
can do that here too. You saw it.
Yeah, I saw that you did that.
But it's not automatic like on Tesla.
Yeah, because on Tesla and you add the waypoint or whatever, and then it takes you there before you get your final destination, and so that's good.
NIO, in China and in their marketing in general, they want to like promote like a joyful lifestyle. And I want to ask you, did NIO do anything for you to maybe help you have a more joyful experience?
Oh, 100%.
And what is that?
So when we traded out your
the
loaner car for,
I knew she was going to talk about it. That's why I asked this question. Okay.
Oh my God. It was a very intense trade-off. Took about an hour down to the garage
in the basement
somewhere in Munich or somewhere, and
but what did they do for you?
Well, I'm going to tell you. So one of the gentlemen came over and handed me he said it was a gift from NIO.
Two NIO lifestyle products.
Oh, okay. I don't know what they're called, and I didn't
look
at them till later. And one of them was an umbrella, which, as it turns out, since it's been raining every day except for maybe one here. Has been fantastic because it's freezing here and it's been wet and rainy and a little snowy, and I never once thought about an umbrella because I don't even own one because in California it's dry and it never rains, although I think it's raining now that I'm gone, but that's good. But that has been fantastic, 100%. I'm thankful to NIO for gifting me an umbrella.
So that's definitely the kinds of things that NIO is definitely known for in China, is like taking care of the people, because they didn't have to give us an umbrella. They also gave us other gifts too, right? They gave us another backpack. So now I have two more backpacks. When I was like, I already got one, and they also gave us a power swap station bottle opener. So they, NIO is pretty good about like hooking you up with stuff, but definitely I'm sure that the umbrella was something that they said it's pouring when we swap the car, when we switch the cars over. So I'm sure that was something like, hey, they're probably gonna want an umbrella or need an umbrella. And so they think about that, and so that's definitely one thing that They usually do, which is really good.
That was really nice.
And then so my final thing is, we have not experienced a power swap, a battery swap.
Right.
So we're gonna do that on the way when we're back in Germany. I don't know. Do you think that will alter your perception of NIO? Like right now, you just know the car.
Right.
You know a little bit about like the lifestyle, kind of help the joyful, bring joy. I guess the question is, are you excited to do a power swap?
Yeah.
Okay,
Heck
and that's
yeah.
good. All right.
Heck yeah, because I've seen you do it in on your YouTube channel in China.
Yeah.
And I think it's really awesome. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to experience that.
And
That'll be
also,
great.
right now we have 37 minutes more remaining time charging, according to this. When we could, if we had a power swap, we'd be in and out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, hey.
I mean, battery.
I mean, we're not in a hurry. We're on holiday.
No. It's just something
But,
you have to get used to, as far as I can tell.
What, charging?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah, unless you
Charging,
have
hanging
a
out.
fully developed power swap network, which
Right.
hopefully NIO can get working on
Right.
quickly.
Definitely.
So, all right. Anything else
All
you want
right.
to leave us with?
Not really. It's been a great adventure, Eric.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
having fun.
So it has been fun to have my mom out here and have
Thank
her
you
finally experience a NIO vehicle, since I've been making all these stupid videos about it for a long time. So why don't you tell everybody to subscribe?
Oh, everybody should subscribe to the package in.
No, to my
what?
channel.
Oh.
This is
Can-
YouTube. Promote me.
Can you cut that?
No, we're gonna put that in there.
Yes, everybody subscribe to Eric's YouTube channel, which is.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If they're watching it, they know
Okay,
what it is.
yeah.
So
He's a cool guy, and no, just you're honest. You're just a simple guy, smart.
All right, thanks, Mom. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.